We're in Hemsworth in the district of Wakefield. Now, you may or may not know this, but the church just over there, St Helens, has got some stories associated with it of tunnels that go from the church and out, perhaps into some of the buildings around and about here. Now, I'm going to find any hard evidence to this effect, but it joins one of many stories of tunnels all across Wakefield District. If you were to hear these stories, you would come to the conclusion that the entire area must be riddled with tunnels. But why? Why are there all these stories of tunnels? Where have they come from? What do they mean? And are there any tunnels? The answer to that is yes, there are tunnels around and about. I met somebody in Featherstone who told me that in his house, sometimes it used to sound like somebody had walked up to the door and had knocked, and you'd open the door and there was nobody there. And when the house was demolished many years later, they found a tunnel. And so the sounds that they'd been hearing had been the air moving through the tunnel. And this made me think about other myths and other legends of Yorkshire and of the north and of round about, and stories of giants. So I've created a bit of a tale for us, and perhaps it's a sort of tale that might have existed. And this tale is about Isolde the giant, the Yorkshire giant who marries Rumbold the giant of Ilkley Moor. Now, Rumbold's wife doesn't get a name in those old stories, so we're going to give her a bit more information. We're going to call her Isolde, and we are going to say that Isolde had a garden, and that garden was Yorkshire, and that she dug valleys, and that she furrowed hills, and she crafted mountains, and best of all, Isolde made homes for all the creatures to live within. That Isolde loved life, and that all the nymphs and creatures and spirits of everything knew Isolde. The knuckers of the water would leap up high to greet her, and the spirits of the trees would waft on by and wave to her. And then the people came, as in stories like these, they always do. The people came and they longed for a home, and they would have seen Isolde's garden, Yorkshire, and she would have looked at the people and they would have looked at her. But the rest of the giants in all our stories tell us that they did not like people, they did not want people. People were not welcome here. So what is Isolde to do? This giant who has created a garden and made places for all things to live, and she sees the people before her. And perhaps this is the moment, perhaps when she is digging one day, she sees in a dark place a different kind of fairy creature, a blue cap. And the blue cap is different to every other creature because it lives in the dark places, it lives under the ground, and it likes people. And perhaps it whispers to her stories of the people, of the way they build fire and tell stories, and perhaps at last Isolde is persuaded and she allows the people to come and live in her garden. And the giants are aggrieved. But it's Isolde's garden, they can't stop her. And so she becomes their mother. And she says to them, I am their mother. I will give them everything, even my bones. And she allows them to grow the people, and she nurtures them. She finds them homes. She redirects rivers, and she watches them craft and build for themselves. She watches them cut down trees. She watches them dam the rivers, and perhaps she tries to intervene. And there are people who will listen to her, but there are always people who won't. And now, many years have gone by, and the people are many, and they've spilt out from Isolde's garden, and they're all over, and the giants have left. Many of them have leapt up into the sky, and the fires you see up there, or the lights you see up there, are the fires they warm their hands around, plotting the day of their return. Others climbed their giant beanstalk trees and went back to the land of giants, the land they lived in before they came here. But Isolde is still here because she is their mother and she will give them everything, even her bones. But the people, they are many, and Isolde is tired. So tired. And so perhaps this is the moment that Isolde sleeps, the long sleep. And she rests, and she pulls the ground around her as a blanket. And the blue caps and the people build tunnels all around this sleeping giant so that she can breathe still and she can hear the people, her children. And the blue caps can whisper the stories to her of what they are doing in the earth above while she sleeps in the earth below. And perhaps Isolde restores her strength for the one day when the other giants might return, the one day when Isolde may awaken again and may help her people, because she is our mother and she will give us everything, even her bones.